People are always telling you, be the bigger person.
So exhausting.
That's been told to Brooke a lot.
Take the high road.
Yeah, you should.
Don't dip your buffalo wing into their bitter cup of petty sauce.
But petty sauce can be so tasty.
I know.
That's good. Is it like a white or like a red
I don't know.
Because sometimes revenge just feels like the right answer, doesn't it?
It does in your heart.
Which is the route that one of our listeners decided to take when she came up with an elaborate plan to get back at her loud upstairs neighbor.
Uh-oh.
And even though it kind of felt good in the moment, she says she regrets doing it to this day. She feels that bad about what happened. You're going to hear her diabolical scheme and the unfortunate backlash she never saw coming in a brand new mass speaker coming up at 7:10.
You don't know me.
Confession I can't take back.
I am
The Masked Speaker.
Got a text to 78592 that says, for months, I've been secretly using my girlfriend's expensive shampoo and conditioner and refilling the bottle by topping it off with my 2-in-1 Head and Shoulders.
No way.
How dare you?
That's what the instructions say. Lather, rinse, deceive.
No.
I think it's true.
Oh, God.
Betrayal and deception are
right.
chapter 5 of Brooke's self-help book on keys to a successful relationship. Chapter 6 is passive aggressiveness. And we have a listener on the phone who admits she may have done one of the most passive aggressive things ever.
Oh, my God.
And she wants to come clean about it. She wants to go by Julia today. Julia, welcome to the show.
Hi, how are you?
You feeling extra petty today, Julia?
Oh, I was super petty.
Okay. Is this with a like a boyfriend or a husband?
No, I used to live in an apartment, and I had this neighbor. Oh, my God. My neighbor, he was the loudest person of all time.
Wait, did you live next to Jose?
That's so funny.
Sherman, is that you?
Yeah.
Neighbor?
I know, who would always complain about you.
Oh, God. He would come up trying to fight me. I'm like, dude, just text me. Anyway, sorry.
It can be annoying to have an obnoxious neighbor.
Of course, especially when you're obnoxious as me. And you don't even know how obnoxious you are. Anyway.
No, I lived downstairs, and it was just, I mean, I can't even describe. The noise was so overwhelming, and it would just be like all hours of the day. He was just like clanging and banging and scraping.
Stomping.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds like he took up clogging and would only do it at 3 a.m. on a
It was
Monday.
like that. It was like constantly rearranging the furniture. It was just like a nightmare.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
And I worked from home at this time,
That's
and
even worse.
Zoom meetings were like total show. I just was on edge all the time. Like, my coworkers couldn't hear me. They'd be like, what is happening over there? It was so embarrassing. It was so bad.
You're just like, it's construction, I swear.
I mean,
Always.
can't you just go to like building management and complain like my neighbor won't keep it down?
You know, I went upstairs like several times. I'd knock on his door, and he just never answer. He would just say like, who is it?
Oh.
And I'd be like, it's your neighbor. It's too loud. You have to keep it down.
And you're yelling through the doors.
Totally yelling through the doors, and he wouldn't respond.
Oh, my God.
Okay, he just got louder.
No, I mean, he already said, like, who is it? I know he's in there.
So what'd you do? Did you get him to stop?
Yeah, where's the passive aggressiveness come in?
Yeah, that's what I want to hear.
This is where it comes in. So I was like, how can I get this guy back? I like hit my limit.
Yeah.
So when I was a kid, I broke my nose, so I have like no sense of smell.
Oh, interesting.
So I was like, I'm going to cook the stinkiest foods in the world. And we share an air vent. So I knew that anything that I cooked would like go into his apartment.
Did you buy Brooke's cookbook too?
Oh, you should turn to page 5. The oyster salad is delicious.
Oh, yeah. And pungent.
Yeah, you serve it warm for sure.
Of course.
Yeah.
Gross.
I think my proudest moment was when I got durian fruit. It was like,
That's those like really, really big ones that are like bumpy on the
And
outside,
they're
right?
famous for their stank.
Gross.
Oh,
Now I feel bad for your neighbor.
Yeah.
well, it didn't stop the noise. So it was like the noise was going all day. Then I do the stinky stuff at night. You know, it just was definitely childish.
The other neighbors in the apartment are like, God, now we have 2 people that are annoying.
Probably.
Oh, no.
Oh.
So that's what you feel bad about?
So, no, this is the part I feel bad about. One day there's this like moving truck outside, And I realize that this guy is moving, and I go upstairs. His door's open. All this stuff is being boxed and moved out.
Yay!
Yeah.
You got him to
I know.
move.
I'm like so happy. My plan worked. It worked, right? And then I look out the window of my place, and I see the guy, and he's in a wheelchair.
Oh. So
Wait a minute.
it was the wheelchair that was making all the noise?
You never met him.
I never met him. Just thinking about the setup of the apartment, it's just not set up for someone who's in a wheelchair.
Yeah,
I'm sure
most
that
aren't.
he was trying to move things
Oh, you're
around.
terrible.
No.
Oh, and maybe knocking things over.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
God, you set us all up to sound like
I
jerks,
know.
too.
We were like, yeah, we've all had a neighbor we hate.
Yeah.
Get him. Force him
Yeah.
out of the
Now we're going to send
neighborhood.
some Brooks oyster salad over to your house.
Yeah, except I wouldn't be able to smell it, so you got to come up with something else.
Oh, yeah.
The texture's pretty bad.
I feel
Oh,
terrible.
You must have felt like the worst person in the world after
I
that.
know. I mean, I still feel horrible about it, and it was like ages ago. I just feel so bad about it. But it is a good, like, it just was such a lesson of, like, you never know what anyone else is going through.
Oh.
Like, even I think it's helped my road rage. Like,
I would have felt so guilty. I would have been like, no, you stay, I'll move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I deserve it.
But you,
Right.
you still park in the handicapped spots, right?
Oh,
you didn't get down.
Get out of here.
You're like, what? It's open now?
No one else is parking
Stop
there.
it.
That's messed
terrible.
up.
I'm kidding. Oh my God. Thank you for
Wow.
confessing that, Julia.
That's,
Yeah.
that's a good lesson for all of us.
That was like the
Yeah.
biggest twist I can remember in a while.
You know, I still feel guilty.
No.
We all do. Text in 78592. If you have a confession you've been holding on to, we can hide your identity, mask your voice, and make you the next mass speaker. We got your phone tab coming up next.